Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late October into early November 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Aries collective. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. And as you can see, we are in the holiday spirit, my friends. You get to have your cards read by Dino of Cups this week. So let's get it going, guys. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aries as we move through the back end here of October, one of the best times of year, if I do say so myself. Okay, that card did like a triple flip. Now, this is a very complex energy and a very complex card, and it comes out rarely for different signs, but there's so much symbolism here that we're really going to want to take a look at, Aries. If you look, and we'll go through it piece by piece. There could be strategy, there could be something about liberation, freedom. There's a lot of stuff happening here. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the October subscriber surprise towards the end, which you might want to check out. It's your last chance for that one. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. Now, we see this beautiful woman right there. She's draped. There's a cat, there's butterflies, and there's a cage. So when I see something that has a whole bunch of different symbolism, it could be telling me that a lot of Aries could be going through hectic things, complex things, or just a lot of energies moving towards you and affecting you, regardless whatever it is showing up in here. Now, there is strategy with the chessboard and the queen all in red. So for some of you, maybe Spirit's asking you to like strategize something, plan something. Maybe there's someone you're linked to. They might be setting a plan into motion, but there's something about the energy of liberation or freedom showing up this week as well. So if you've been like, I don't know, a house or a couch potato a little more than usual, you might need to get out there and like spread those wings, right? Even though butterflies can represent metamorphosis, a big thing I'm feeling here is like you might need to get out and be active in regards to something. So if you've been like really stressed or a lot of stuff's going on, get out there, and some physical activity could really help. But remember, there's strategy here as well. So maybe you need to plan something. Maybe someone you're linked to is planning something. It all really depends. But let's just put her down right there. Okay, we're going to get into tarot now. That's an interesting card, but let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive, juicy stuff. So let's shuffle it up one time, my guides. And I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. So let's see what we got. And while we get the deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. We had some tower energy showing up for us. And as a lot of you know, I'm part of the Aries collective myself. So I've been on tower watch. Last week's reading was titled A Shocking Change. Okay, and it didn't necessarily feel bad, but a lot of you could be really going through some sort of metamorphosis or like knocking old things down, old behaviors down to clear way for new things. But there was like a very fast moving change or metamorphosis. So we'll see if that energy still bleeds over into this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this out hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. So let's get these 3 cards out. What do we have for Aries, please? Guides and Spirit Team. So yeah, as I already said, I've been in tower watch myself. Right? Whenever tower, sudden, fast, shocking energy shows up, it gets my attention. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords, air sign energy showing up here in the front end. Very stern, very serious, no nonsense type of vibe. Okay, which doesn't fit the vibe I'm in, right? That's just stern. Okay, so there could be something you're taking very seriously. We'll get into that a little more if you're not connected to an air sign. King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself without a beard, showing up right in the center. So just like I was saying with that oracle card, there's a lot of court cards showing up here, which means a similar thing to me. Okay, with the king and the queen, it could be a lot of people, a lot of different energies and situations. Okay, so this might be a mixed bag of energy this week. All right, we got the sun on the back end, which really bodes well. Elementally, I'm liking this. Energetically, it feels good. I don't want to get too excited just yet, right? Because we still have a lot for us to take a look at. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into the juicy intuitive messages. So at first look, first glance, I look down here at this spread. I noticed the 2 court cards. We have a major arcana Elementally, we have air, we have water, we have fire. So there's that mix of inner energy and outer. Now, I do always say swords and cups represent the inner world, so there could be some complexities with your feelings, emotional situations, and how you're feeling. There could be certain battles between the mind and the heart as well. When I see a king and a queen in a spread, to me, if it's not different people or situations, that could be representing partnerships in general. But let's go through one by one. Notice you also have the most positive card in the whole entire deck here, so an outcome could really turn in your favor. But position number one, we have the Queen of Swords, completely opposite from this King of Cups energy. When we see her, as I said, it could represent an air sign you're connected to. Older feminine figures as well, like wise, older, elder, feminine. But when I see the Queen of Swords, it's like no nonsense, no BS, no games. It's very straightforward. What you see is what you get. Pull no punches. Now, that could be very good. I always appreciate an honest energy like that. There could just either be a serious situation or something you're taking seriously when this card shows up, because it's like really looking through something to a certain point. The Queen of Swords, if it's not, once again, a person or all the other things I mentioned, in its roughest form, because I always have to mention that every card has a positive and a challenge. A challenge with the Queen of Swords is it could be a little bit cold. So you might be detaching yourself emotionally, or you might feel like someone's like cold-hearted. Moving to the center, this is where that energy starts to switch around, because we got our good friend, the King of Cups, chilling right here. Now, all kings in tarot represent control of their respective suits. So the King of Cups is in control of their emotions, how they feel. It's artistic, it's creative, and most of all, it is emotionally tapped in and very, very loving. So this could represent the emotions you feel for somebody. It could also represent relationships and romance, but there is so much overflowing love when we see this King of Cups. So whether that's how someone's feeling towards you or vice versa, I really like it. But once again, this one is a little more logical. This one is a little more emotional. So the battle between the mind and the heart. So you might be either trying to get your mind right, get your feelings leveled out, or under control with this King of Cups. We'll just have to see. It is water sign energy. So for some of you, it could just be representing a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer that you're connected to. Now, getting to the back end, we have beautiful energy with the Sun, the most positive card in the whole entire deck. So whenever I see this, I say, hey, there could be a big win of some sort coming your way, or something swinging in your way. This is light, life, and love that rains down on us from spirit. This is source energy, the energy of creation. I also say with the Sun, it can represent revelations, aha moments, things coming to light, because in the light of the Sun, nothing can hide in the shadows. It's a big thing with this card. But Leo energy as well. But when I see the Sun, I just think of a very positive outcome. Worst case scenario could be looking on the bright side of things or being a little more optimistic. So I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. Aries, I really want to dive deeper on all this. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and reset the deck, my guides and spirit team. Let's see what's happening for Aries. So it might be a little different. I mean, we could still have some of that tower energy. It really depends. But yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. What's going on that Queen of Swords here? Guides and spirit team. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aries, drop it right down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Queen of Swords time. What's she doing here? Could be mental attachment, emotional attachment. It's to be seen yet. What is that Queen of Swords in the mix for? Justice in reverse. Watch out for issues with the Libra here. All right, there's some sort of scale tilting or tipping. Justice in reverse, there could be somebody that feels like a certain situation, like it's just not right, just not fair. Initially, that's the first thing that comes to my mind, but yeah, watch out for possible static with Libras when justice is in reverse. It's a card of karma, so it could be someone that feels like, all right, well, that was a bit of bad luck, or that didn't go my way, or someone could be acting unfairly. Watch out for legal situations as well, but I feel like I have to say, aside from those other messages with this Queen of Swords and justice in reverse, it's like, okay, well, I'm keyed in on this situation and I'm waiting on any little thing to seem funky, all right? Like first sign or first scent of something being a little funky, it's getting called out. So I would say in this time, if there's something you're not taking serious, It could just be a serious situation that you're going through or that you have in your sights, because that's just the vibe I pick up here. And it is thought-based. So still, once again, the very active mind, the very active communication. This could be someone like straightforward, like, listen, I'm not trying to play any BS games right here, right? That's like the main thing I'm feeling. Lady Justice in reverse could mean so many different things. Once again, she is karmic as well. So we're just going to really have to see how this all plays out, because this is our starting point. This is our starting point where it's like, all right, either the serious situation or, you know, how this elapsed, or this just isn't right for whatever reason. Or once again, you could just be waiting on that first sign of nonsense to really pounce on it. Okay. So if something really has your attention and you see something funky, it's going to get addressed immediately. Let's keep moving over to the King of Cups. I don't want to linger there too long. It is what it is. So let's see why that King of Cups is in the mix for you. Guides and spirit team. And once again, just big air sign energy right up front. So we could be starting from a rough patch, okay? Aside from all the things I was already talking about. Like the beginning could be a rough patch, but we'll see how it all plays out. Let's go in on that King of Cups. Someone's mind could be a little off as well, right? Like somebody's mental state, their mental space, overthinking, anxiousness. It's given me a lot of things in the front end, and that's why I'm continuing to talk about it. And when that happens, it's someone with possibly racing thoughts. So let's see what that King of Cups has to say. Nine of Pentacles, good. All right, so these are two people in completely different modes. Like one person could be taking something a lot easier than another. Now we have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright underneath this King of Cups, and this is somebody like emotionally they're okay, they're in a good place. So that might be a lot of you like moving into a more emotional stability. Now the Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence, right? Like, all right, I'm gonna do this myself, I could do this myself, I don't need assistance, and it's beautiful and abundant. So from how I'm looking here, yes, if it's two different people, one could be like a bit more of a mess, especially within the mind, where the other one is like, okay, I'm going with the flow on this, everything will be okay. So this might just be a person you're connected to where they're just like really ramping things up, especially within the mind space. The Nine of Pentacles is blessing, so I do still see an improvement. So whatever situations or energies that are affecting you in this time, Aries, I'm seeing the improvement. I'm seeing it progressing in a positive way. Now, we'll see how the back end is here, the final result of something, but that's all you can really ask for with a lot of situations, like evolution, change for the better. So let's see what's up with that Sun card on the back end. And yeah, we'll talk about it more when we do the recap and get into the shadows, because this is an interesting type of energy. So why is the Sun here for Aries, please? Obviously, only take it how it hits for you. But the Nine of Pentacles is beautiful. It's abundant. It's just sturdy. It's firm. This, I really love this. The Death card on the back end, this does not feel bad to me. Big Scorpio energy showing up. So we have a lot of Libra and air. We also have a lot of water and Scorpio showing up. Now the Death card in the upright is also karmic. So when we have Justice and the Death card, it could be speaking about karmic cycles. But underneath this Sun card, it's like, okay, the Death card isn't always like something coming to a complete stop or a complete end. To me, this is a phoenix rising. Once again, just like last week, it's about the change, it's about the transformation, it's about the metamorphosis. So really embrace whatever changes you're going through in life right now. That's something Spirit could really be asking you to do with this Death card. Yes, it seems a little nerve-wracking, a little scary. If you're not connected to Scorpio, it's extremely powerful. And once again, with the Sun card and the Death card, the power, the source-based energy, I feel like for a lot of you, there could be various different wins and victories coming in a very, very big way, especially with the tie and the connection to the karmic energy. So yes, we do have possible serious situations going on, but once you change your mindset or embrace this change, that's when things really might start going your way here, Aries. I mean, take that for what it's worth. But let's go through and do a quick recap and try to piece it all together. Remember, this could be separate situations, separate things, or even separate individuals. But before we get into the shadow card, let's keep it moving here. Position number one, we have the Queen of Swords with Lady Justice in reverse, and there are karmic undertones and archetypes here with Justice and Death. This could be several different things. The main ones I was picking up was like there might be a situation or something where you're like, all right, well, something about this is off. It's not fair how this went down. So you might have those certain feelings. There could be certain things you're taking very seriously, or you should be. And I also got the vibe of like, all right, I have my eye on this first time or first sense of nonsense or something being off or those scales being tipped. Like, it will be addressed immediately. So it can be a serious situation or something you're taking serious, but I was also getting those running thoughts. So watch out for the mind in this time. Moving to the center, we have the King of Cups with the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. This is where it starts to solidify and get better. Now, if we're looking at two different people, one could really be up in their headspace thinking quite a bit, but the other one could just be like a little more emotionally settled in and settled down, like adjusting to these changes a lot better. And once again, with the stability here and moving towards this positivity, I like this. Now, if you're going through a battle of the heart and the mind, I do feel like your emotions towards something might be influencing you. Like the heart will rule out over the mind with whatever situations you're going through. Now, on the back end, we have the Sun with the Death card in the upright. Lots of different zodiac signs showing up here. But to me, a big energy I was picking up is like embracing the changes you're going through, embracing the metamorphosis. Don't fight against it, because when you do, that's when things seem tougher. Just go with the flow and accept it for what it is. Like, it is what it is, regardless of the things you might be going through. And that's a much better way to approach something. But once again, these wins, these victories, they could be right around the corner. They could be karmic in nature, and it just feels really, really nice to me. So please take a screenshot of that, Aries. Let's get you a shadow card here. I like it. I feel like this is very claimable type of energy here as we move in towards November. So let's see what's in the shadows, right? 'Tis the season. What is in the shadows for Aries? Guides and Spirit Team. And you know me, I always like to pull this card at the very end just to see what's up, whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Let's see what's happening for Aries. And yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I put a link for it down in the comments if you want to come over there and join us. I just dropped an all sign energy check and reading, so I'll be doing a lot more bonus things for the channel members. Obviously, no pressure, but let's get it going. What do we have in the shadows? Thank you. What is this masking here, Aries? We have the Three of Swords in the shadows. So there might be somebody you're connected to that could be hurting more than you think they are or are perceiving with this Three of Swords. Another vibe I pick up with this as a shadow card, because you know the Three of Swords, it represents pain, tough feelings. You might be masking something or trying to suppress it when this shows up as a shadow card. Now, I will say the Three of Swords is a very common shadow card, similar to the Ten of Swords. These show up in the shadows quite a bit as suppressed energy, but I feel like I need to really ride with that other message as well, that there could be someone from outer perception, you might be like, you know, they're fine. They're actually good. I'm taking this rougher than they are. It's that type of vibe. So just know there could be someone you're connected to, even if they're not showing it in an outward way. They could be dealing with something painful with this Three of Swords. If not, that could be you trying to deal with it or suppress it. So yeah, Aries, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the October subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the September subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for October, I'll be going back to one of the classics. I'll be giving away 2 copies of the Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of the most beautiful decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. Second, let me know down in the comments if there's a zodiac sign that you clash with. If so, which signs do you kind of bump heads with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of October, your name will be announced in the community tab, my friends. As always, much love, and I'll see you next time.